Hello, Chris from My Stamp Lady, and I'm here to show you how I have made these faux enamel or epoxy dots. They are made with hot glue and the blendabilities. So the first thing I'm going to show you is what a blendability is. This is the Stampin' Up! Blendabilities, and they are the skin tones. They come in a range of colors, but this one comes in a package of 6, and most of them come in a package of 3. They are an alcohol marker, so you need to have a really tight cap so that they don't dry out on you. This is the brush side. Put that back on there. And, oh, there we go. And this is the bullet side. So you can use a couple different sides. A couple unique things about alcohol markers are that they can be used on non-porous surfaces, kind of like this hot glue, and on things like diamond jewels or the pearls. And of course they can be used on paper to color too. But today I'm focusing on making these little dots. The other thing I'm going to use, and this is a well used, it's a hot glue gun, and it's the high and low temperature, and it's also the regular glue gun size, so it's not the mini. You might get a little different result with the mini glue gun. I have not tried that yet. So then I also have a silicone pad here. Okay, just making sure it's ready. So what I found is they just showed us this at Stampin' Up's convention that I just returned from. I've altered it a little bit to fit my needs. They showed us that you could go and color on your silicone pad with your blendability like that, and then, get the cover back on, drop your spot of glue onto it. Yeah, I think I got a little bit of a... The lovely thing about glue are these strings. Okay, I found that when you do that, when you pick it up, you get color. The color is on the bottom, but it is that color, and I found it wasn't quite as opaque as I wanted it. The color wasn't quite as dark. So what I've done is I've made a bunch of them without coloring on my silicone pad. And one thing I found is if you drop it, comes straight up. Don't worry about these little strings. You can get them easily off later, but come straight up. You'll get a little rounder surface. Oh, these two happen to be a little oval, and it's partly because I'm doing it on the camera and I'm looking to the side. But play with it until you can get it to where you want it. And the best success I've had is to drop it down, put some down there, and then pick it up. Don't worry about the little strings that come off, and it gets a little point, but that point will kind of go back down. That seems to be how it works best for me. So then you let them cool. So I'm turning it around. I did these ones earlier. And then after you've done that, you can just pop them off, just like this. And so now I've got some of the little enamel or epoxy dots here. So then how do I get them colored? So I'm going to set this aside and put these down just on here. A couple of things about the coloring these. You do have to touch them. I wouldn't recommend using a piercer to poke them because you will get an indentation in there. What I have found is if I just use my finger, for me that works best. I will be getting some ink on my finger though. So if you don't want ink on your finger, you might want to put a glove on, or you might find something that you can, like the piercer, just hold it up against it, but don't press it down because you'll get a little indentation there. So I'm basically just coloring the top. I am going to flip it over, color the bottom, and I'm coloring all sides. So we'll flip that back over. Easy. And you can make them whichever color. Oops, I got a little bit of glue on my tip of my... Whatever color you want them to be. That's why I like not putting the color down on my silicone pad, because I like having it on the top. I think it makes it a little color a little deeper. And then also I can leave them plain until I know what color I want to use. So like I said, I am getting it on my finger. You can either put a glove on or use something just to kind of hold it. But then this is what I made, a couple of them red here. Here's another brown one. And I made them some various sizes. Here's a way that I use them. I use them in this card here with the Traveler stamp set. And there you can see my brown epoxy or enamel dots that I made with hot glue. The high temperature hot glue works a little bit better than the low temperature. If you have any questions about what I've done, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris at mystamplady.com. You can find your supplies, except for the hot glue, of course, in my online store at shopwithmystamplady.com. Thanks for watching.